Have you ever felt trapped by your own habits, your own impulses? You've set goals, you have dreams, but something always seems to hold you back. You're not alone in this. Many of us struggle with this internal battle, the desire for a better life and the constant pull of short-term pleasures that seem to derail our long-term vision. But what if I told you that the key to breaking free from this cycle isn't found in a quick fix or some magical change in circumstances? The key is self-discipline. Self-discipline isn't about deprivation. It's not about forcing yourself into a life of constant struggle. It's about choosing freedom, the freedom to align your actions with your deepest values and desires instead of being controlled by the fleeting impulses that derail you. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the power to break free from the limits that hold you back and step into the life you've always dreamed of. You see, true freedom doesn't come from doing whatever you want whenever you want. That's just chaos, and chaos doesn't bring fulfillment. True freedom comes from the ability to choose what's right for you, even when it's hard. It's the courage to say no to temporary satisfaction in favor of something far more meaningful. I know, it's not always easy. There are days when motivation is nowhere to be found, when the distractions of life seem overwhelming. But the beauty of self-discipline is that it doesn't rely on motivation. It's the quiet strength that you build every time you make the choice to do what matters, even when it's not the easy choice. Every small act of discipline adds up. It creates a ripple effect that shapes your life in ways you can't fully appreciate until you look back. In this video, we'll explore how self-discipline leads to freedom. I'm not talking about some rigid, restrictive lifestyle. I'm talking about a life where you have control over your actions, where you're not a slave to your impulses or outside distractions, but instead, you're living according to your deepest values. If you're tired of feeling stuck, of being at the mercy of your own habits, then this video is for you. Let's dive into how you can unlock the power of self-discipline and break free from the limits that are holding you back. Your true freedom starts with your first step. Are you ready to take it? Part 1. The freedom of self-discipline, breaking free from your limits. You know that feeling when you've set a goal, a dream, but something always seems to hold you back. Whether it's procrastination, distractions, or the pull of immediate pleasure, it's as if there's an invisible force keeping you from moving forward. It's frustrating, isn't it? You know exactly what you want, yet you find yourself constantly battling the same limits, the same internal struggles. The good news: you have the power to break free. True freedom isn't the absence of boundaries. In fact, freedom comes from within, and it's rooted in self-discipline. I'm not talking about rigid, suffocating rules. I'm talking about the kind of freedom that lets you live according to your values, the kind of freedom that allows you to pursue your deepest desires without being held back by your own impulses or the distractions around you. Self-discipline is the tool that helps you create that freedom. It's not about depriving yourself or living a life of strict control. It's about choosing to act in alignment with your long-term goals and values, instead of being swayed by short-term desires. Think about it. How many times have you let a small temptation derail your bigger plans? Whether it's that extra hour of sleep that cost you a productive morning, or the quick gratification of a social media scroll that steals away your focus for the day. These small moments add up. But here's the thing, you have the power to choose differently. Every time you make a conscious decision to stay on track, to resist the urge for instant pleasure, you're not just avoiding distractions, you're actively choosing the life you want to create, step by step. Self-discipline allows you to break free from your limits, the ones that you've set for yourself without even realizing it. It's about freeing yourself from the patterns of behavior that keep you stuck in the same place. When you discipline yourself, you're not just saying no to the things that derail you. You're saying yes to the bigger picture, the person you want to become, the life you want to build. Let's take a moment to really think about this. What's the bigger life you want for yourself? Think about your career, your relationships, your health. What do you truly desire? Now ask yourself, what's holding you back from that life? It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or the world around you. But at the end of the day, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the choices you make every day. This is where self-discipline steps in. It allows you to break free from the habits that keep you in the same place. When you choose discipline, you choose freedom. You choose the ability to act in ways that align with your true goals rather than being pushed around by fleeting desires. It's in these small, consistent choices that your freedom takes shape. Now, this doesn't mean you'll never face challenges. There will always be moments of doubt, resistance, or temptation. But when you've cultivated self-discipline, those moments no longer define you. You become someone who acts in accordance with your values, no matter how difficult it may seem in the moment. Imagine living a life where you no longer feel controlled by your impulses, a life where you can choose to focus, to take action, to say no when needed, and to stay on course even when the world around you pulls you in 1,000 directions. That's the freedom self-discipline offers. It's the freedom to make the choices that serve you in the long run, to align your daily actions with your deepest desires and highest potential. So, what's holding you back today? Take a moment to reflect on what's been keeping you from taking the next step in your journey. Is it the constant pull of distractions, the fear of failure, the temptation to settle for less than you're capable of? Remember, you have the power to choose differently. The freedom you desire starts with small decisions made every single day. And as you choose self-discipline, you will find that your limits no longer hold you back. You will break free from them, and you will start living the life you've always wanted. This is your chance to step into your true potential. Let go of the limits you've imposed on yourself and embrace the freedom that self-discipline offers. Take the first step today and watch how everything starts to shift as you move closer to the person you're meant to be. Your freedom is waiting, and it begins with you. Part 2. The battle of instant gratification versus long-term freedom. Do you ever find yourself caught in the cycle of instant pleasure only to regret it later? Whether it's scrolling through social media for hours, indulging in unhealthy food, or procrastinating on important tasks, these short bursts of gratification feel good in the moment. But deep down, you know they're holding you back from the life you really want. You don't have to look far to see this battle play out. It happens every single day. You might even be facing it right now. On one side, there's the allure of immediate rewards, easy, quick, and effortless. On the other side, there's the promise of long-term freedom, the kind that comes from making the hard, disciplined choices today, so you can live the life you truly want tomorrow. The question is, which side are you choosing? Instant gratification is powerful. It pulls at you from every direction, whether it's the urge to relax when you should be working or the temptation to indulge in something that feels good right now. The desire for immediate satisfaction can be overwhelming. And it's not your fault. Our brains are wired to seek out pleasure. We're built to take the easy way when it's available. And the world around us constantly feeds into this instinct, offering quick fixes everywhere we look. But here's the truth. While instant gratification may feel good in the moment, it comes with a price. The more you indulge, the more it becomes a habit. The more it steals your time, your energy, and your potential. Every time you give in, you trade the freedom to choose your destiny for the temporary relief of the moment. Now, think about what you truly want. What kind of life do you want to build? Do you want to be ruled by your impulses, or do you want to make choices that align with your deepest desires? That's where self-discipline comes in. Self-discipline is not about denying yourself pleasure. It's about understanding that true freedom comes from making the difficult choice now so you can live freely later. The choice you have to make. The beauty of self-discipline is that you have the power to choose. Every day, you're presented with a choice. Do you act based on immediate pleasure, or do you choose the path that leads to lasting fulfillment? It's not always easy to make the right choice, but the more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes. Every time you choose discipline, you are choosing to break free from the chains of instant gratification. Think about it. The more you delay that instant pleasure, the more control you gain. You might not feel it right away, but each small decision to choose long-term fulfillment adds up. Over time, you start to see that the real satisfaction comes not from temporary pleasure, but from the freedom you create by choosing wisely. Self-discipline doesn't mean you never enjoy life, far from it. It's about making sure that your choices are aligned with your long-term goals, not just with the easy, momentary desires. It's the choice to take that extra step, even when it's uncomfortable. It's the choice to stay focused on what matters, rather than getting distracted by things that are fleeting and superficial. The power of delayed gratification. It's important to remember that delayed gratification is a superpower. It's the ability to say no to something that feels good now, so you can say yes to something even better later. The people you admire, the ones who have achieved success in their careers, health, and personal lives, didn't get there by succumbing to every impulse. They made the choice to delay short-term satisfaction in favor of long-term fulfillment. Take the example of someone working toward a healthier body. It's not the momentary pleasure of junk food that will get them where they want to be. It's the discipline to say no in the moment and choose nourishing food instead. It's the willingness to push through the discomfort of exercise, knowing that the long-term results are worth it. Each small act of delayed gratification brings them one step closer to the life they want. The same applies to your goals, whatever they may be. Whether you're building a career, nurturing relationships, or working on personal growth, the ability to delay gratification is what sets you apart. It's what allows you to stay focused when others give in to distractions. It's what gives you the strength to keep going, even when it feels easier to take the shortcut. Embrace the journey of self-discipline. You're in control of this journey. It's your life, your goals, and your choices. Self-discipline is the bridge between where you are now and the future you dream of. Every day, you have the power to choose a life of freedom and fulfillment, one small step at a time. The power to break free from the cycle of instant gratification is already within you. It won't always be easy, and it won't happen overnight, but the more you practice delayed gratification, the stronger your self-discipline will become. And as you choose long-term freedom over short-term pleasure, you'll begin to see just how powerful you truly are. You'll find that the freedom to live life on your own terms is worth far more than the temporary satisfaction of a quick fix. The path to long-term freedom starts now. What will you choose today? Will you let instant gratification control your actions, or will you choose the discipline that leads to a life of true freedom? The choice is yours. Part 3. The Stoic View. Mastery over yourself equals mastery over life. Have you ever felt like life is happening to you rather than being something you actively shape? The chaos, the distractions, the constant pull of external pressures. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, like you're at the mercy of circumstances. But what if I told you that true power lies not in changing the world around you, but in mastering what's inside you? The Stoics believed that the key to mastering your life is mastering yourself. Self-discipline is not just a tool to achieve goals. It's a way of life, a mindset that, when embraced, frees you from the noise of the world and lets you live with clarity, purpose, and freedom. The Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca understood that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond to those things. They taught that true freedom comes when we learn to govern our own minds and actions. Mastery over yourself, the path to true freedom. Think about this for a moment. When you master yourself, you unlock the ability to choose how you react to any situation. You're no longer ruled by your emotions, impulses, or circumstances. Instead, you become the person who takes deliberate action, the person who is guided by purpose rather than momentary desires. You become the captain of your own ship, steering it in the direction you choose, no matter how stormy the seas may be. Self-discipline is the foundation of this self-mastery. It's the practice of making choices that align with your values and long-term vision, even when it's hard, even when the world is pulling you in 1,000 directions. It's in those moments of resistance that your true strength lies. When you choose discipline over distraction, when you choose to act in alignment with your highest self, you begin to experience true freedom. The Stoics taught that the greatest freedom comes when we stop reacting to life circumstances with anger, frustration, or despair. Instead, we learn to accept what comes our way with grace, understanding that we have control over how we respond. When you practice this, you realize that the obstacles in your life aren't there to defeat you, they're there to teach you. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to practice self-mastery, to choose how you respond in a way that strengthens your character. The Stoic approach to life, aligning with your higher purpose. The Stoics believed that we all have a higher purpose, a reason for being here. But the only way to align with that purpose is through discipline. You can't wait for motivation to strike. You must create your own sense of purpose through daily, intentional actions. Discipline is what keeps you aligned with your deeper values, even when distractions or temporary desires try to pull you off course. When you take the time to reflect on what truly matters to you, you gain clarity. You see that your true goals are not just about momentary successes. They're about the person you want to become. This is where Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions. Everything else is outside of us. The more you practice discipline, the more you realize that self-mastery is not about perfection, but about progress. It's about taking consistent steps toward becoming the best version of yourself, regardless of setbacks or challenges. Every time you choose to act in line with your values, you reinforce that inner strength. You're building a life of true freedom. Self-discipline in the face of adversity. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be moments of difficulty. The Stoics understood this better than anyone. They didn't preach a life free of hardship. In fact, they embraced it as part of the human experience. They believed that hardship was not something to be feared, but an opportunity to demonstrate self-discipline and resilience. In those moments when things don't go as planned, self-discipline becomes your anchor. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when life throws challenges your way, but the Stoics would remind you that your ability to control your reaction is what defines you. You don't have to let fear, anger, or frustration take over. Instead, you can choose how you respond, calmly, thoughtfully, with resolve. By practicing self-discipline, you train your mind to stay focused on what truly matters. You develop the strength to push through challenges with grace and poise. This is the power of Stoic philosophy. By mastering yourself, you free yourself from the chains of external circumstances, living a life of true freedom. As you begin to master self-discipline, you'll notice a shift. You'll stop seeing yourself as a victim of life's circumstances. Instead, you'll begin to see that every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your inner resolve. With self-discipline, you're not just surviving life, you're actively shaping it. You're choosing to live in a way that aligns with your deepest values, your purpose, and your true potential. The Stoics knew that freedom isn't about escaping hardship. It's about how you navigate that hardship. True freedom comes from the ability to choose your response, to act with integrity, and to live with intention. And that's what self-discipline gives you, the ability to rise above the noise, to act from a place of purpose, and to create the life you've always wanted. You are the master of your own life. The more you practice self-discipline, the more you step into that role. As you learn to control your actions, your responses, and your mindset, you unlock the power to create the life that aligns with your deepest desires. This is the path of true freedom, the path that the Stoics walked, and the path that you can walk too. Part 4. Breaking free from biological instincts and external influences. Do you ever feel like your impulses are controlling you? The desire to indulge in comfort, to give in to distractions, to take the easy way out. These instincts are part of our nature. But what if I told you that you have the power to break free from these biological impulses and external influences? You don't have to be ruled by them. In fact, the real power comes when you take control of your actions, regardless of what your instincts or the world around you tells you to do. This is where self-discipline becomes not just a skill, but a way of life. It's the key to breaking free from the chains that bind you, whether those chains come from deep within or from the constant pull of external distractions. Understanding your biological instincts. As human beings, we are wired for certain behaviors. Our brains are designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This is a survival instinct. Our ancestors needed to enjoy calorie-rich foods, avoid danger, and seek comfort to survive. Today, these instincts still drive much of what we do, but the world has changed. The things that once helped us survive are now the things that hold us back. Think about it. When you eat that extra donut or mindlessly scroll through social media, you're not consciously thinking, "This is helping me move toward my goals." Instead, you're responding to the impulse to satisfy an immediate craving, a craving that may have once been necessary for survival, but now often works against you. Your brain wants the pleasure, the comfort, the immediate reward. But here's the key. You are not bound to these biological instincts. You have the ability to override them. This is where self-discipline becomes essential. It's not about eliminating your instincts. It's about gaining the power to choose whether you follow them or rise above them. External influences, the world's distractions. Now let's talk about external influences. The world is full of distractions, advertisements, social media, unhealthy food options, the pressure to fit in. Everywhere you turn, there's something trying to grab your attention, divert your focus, and pull you away from what really matters. It's easy to give in to these distractions because they're designed to be enticing. They offer you instant gratification, pleasure right here, right now. But these distractions are not aligned with your long-term goals. Every time you get pulled into them, you're giving away your power. Instead of focusing on what truly matters to you, your purpose, your health, your relationships, you end up spending precious time and energy on things that don't move you forward. The irony is that the more you give in to these distractions, the less control you have over your own life. You might think, "I'm just enjoying myself. It's harmless." But over time, these small distractions accumulate. They rob you of your time, your energy, and your focus. And before you know it, you've lost hours or even days of your life to things that don't contribute to your personal growth or happiness. taking back control, your power to choose. Here's the truth. You have the power to break free from these biological impulses and external influences. The question is, will you choose to use it? Self-discipline is the muscle that allows you to break free. It's not about fighting your instincts or resisting the world's temptations forever. It's about building the strength to choose when to act on them and when to set them aside. Think about your goals. What do you want for your life? Whether it's to be healthier, more productive, or more present in your relationships, every small choice you make either brings you closer to or further from those goals. When you act with self-discipline, you are taking back control over the choices that truly matter. The next time you feel that pull to give in to a distraction, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is this aligned with the person I want to become? If it's not, then choose to act differently. Choosing to stay focused, to resist the pull of short-term pleasure, and to invest in your long-term goals is what creates lasting freedom. Breaking free with small, consistent actions. Breaking free doesn't happen all at once. It's a journey. It's the small, consistent actions you take every day that build the foundation for your freedom. Each time you choose discipline over distraction, you reinforce your power to make decisions that align with your true desires. It doesn't matter if you slip up sometimes. The goal is not perfection, it's progress. When you slip, don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward. The key is to keep practicing, to keep strengthening your ability to choose wisely, and to stay committed to the life you want to create. Embracing your power. The power to break free from your biological instincts and the world's distractions is already inside you. You don't need to wait for motivation to strike or for the world to slow down. You have everything you need to take control of your life right now. Self-discipline is not about denying yourself pleasure. It's about choosing the pleasures that truly serve you, the ones that align with your values, your purpose, and your long-term happiness. It's the freedom to decide what's best for you, even when it's difficult, even when the world tries to pull you in a different direction. Remember, you are not at the mercy of your instincts or the world around you. You have the power to choose, and each time you choose to act with intention and self-discipline, you are one step closer to breaking free and living a life that truly reflects your deepest desires. Your freedom is in your hands. Embrace it. Part 5. How self-discipline creates true freedom in every area of life. Imagine waking up every day feeling in control of your actions, your time, and your choices. You know exactly what needs to be done, and you have the strength to do it. You're not swayed by distractions, and you're not caught up in the cycle of procrastination or impulse. Instead, you're living a life that is fully aligned with your deepest values and long-term goals. This is the power of self-discipline, and this is the freedom it offers. Self-discipline isn't just about saying no to things you shouldn't do. It's about saying yes to the things that matter most. It's the ability to prioritize what aligns with your highest purpose and to take consistent action toward those goals, no matter what temptations or challenges arise. When you live a life of discipline, you free yourself from the shackles of uncertainty and self-doubt, and you unlock the ability to build a future that reflects who you truly are. Freedom in your time. Think about how often you feel that your time is slipping away. You start your day with the best intentions, but by the end, you've been pulled in 1,000 different directions. Social media, random distractions, and the constant pressure to do something just to feel busy. When you're not disciplined with your time, it feels like you're chasing after it, always playing catch-up, never quite in control. Self-discipline changes this dynamic. When you practice discipline, you take control of your time. You create a structure that serves you, not one that forces you into chaos. You decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. This is true freedom. the freedom to allocate your time toward what truly matters. When you control your time, you control your life. You're no longer reacting to the world around you, but proactively creating the life you want to live. Freedom in your relationships. Now think about your relationships. How often do you give in to reactions and impulses in the heat of the moment? Maybe you snap at a loved one when you're frustrated, or maybe you don't show up when you said you would. These moments of emotional reactivity can slowly erode your connections and the trust you've built with those around you. Self-discipline in relationships is about responding, not reacting. It's the ability to stay grounded, to choose your words thoughtfully, and to act in ways that reflect the values you hold most dear. When you discipline yourself emotionally, you free yourself from knee-jerk reactions, and instead, you act from a place of thoughtfulness and integrity. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means recognizing that you have the ability to choose how to express them. By doing so, you create deeper, more meaningful relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding. Freedom in your health. Let's talk about your health, both physical and mental. How many times have you told yourself that you'll start eating healthier or exercising regularly, only to fall back into old patterns? The pull of comfort and instant gratification can be overwhelming, but deep down, you know that your health is one of the most precious things you have. Without it, everything else suffers. Self-discipline is what allows you to take care of your body day in and day out. It's the discipline to say no to the extra slice of pizza when you know it's not in line with your health goals. It's the strength to get up and exercise even when you're tired or busy. The true freedom here is not about restriction, it's about empowerment. When you practice self-discipline in your health, you free yourself from the constant struggle of trying to catch up or fix problems later. Instead, you build a strong, resilient body that supports the life you want to live. Freedom in your career. Think about your career or your personal goals. How often do you feel overwhelmed by the demands of work or paralyzed by the sheer amount of things you need to accomplish? It's easy to get lost in the noise, to feel like there's always more to do and never enough time to do it. But here's the truth. Self-discipline is the key to unlocking your full potential at work. Self-discipline in your career means setting clear priorities, taking consistent action, and sticking to a plan. It means having the ability to focus, to push through the discomfort of doing the hard work, and to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. This is the freedom to create a career that aligns with your passions and values, rather than being stuck in a cycle of stress and overwhelm. When you master your work habits, you free yourself from the constant feeling of being behind, and instead move forward with purpose and direction. The ultimate freedom, the freedom to choose. The most powerful form of freedom is the freedom to choose. Every day, you're faced with choices. What will you do with your time? What will you say to those around you? How will you treat your body? The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you have to choose how to live. You're no longer a victim of your impulses or your circumstances. Instead, you are empowered to make decisions that align with your goals and values. Self-discipline is the foundation upon which this freedom is built. It is the strength to make choices in alignment with your long-term vision, even when the world around you encourages you to take shortcuts or act on impulse. With self-discipline, you create a life that is intentional and meaningful. The journey to true freedom. This journey towards self-discipline and true freedom is ongoing. It requires patience, practice, and perseverance. But every time you choose discipline over impulse, every time you make a decision that aligns with your values, you are moving closer to the life you desire. The freedom you seek is not some far-off destination. It's built every day, in every small choice you make. And the best part? You're the one in control. The more you practice self-discipline, the more freedom you create. The life you want is waiting for you. All you have to do is take that first step toward it, and the rest will follow. Conclusion. As we've explored together, self-discipline isn't just about making hard choices or resisting temptation. It's the very thing that sets you free. True freedom comes when you take control of your life, your actions, and your decisions. Every small act of discipline adds up, shaping a life that is meaningful, intentional, and aligned with your deepest values. By mastering self-discipline, you are breaking free from the limits that once held you back. Whether it's in your time, relationships, health, or career, self-discipline gives you the ability to create a life that serves you, not the other way around. You are the author of your own story, and every choice you make brings you closer to the person you're meant to become. If this journey resonates with you, if you're ready to step into your true power and start living with intention, I invite you to take the next step. Subscribe to the Stoic philosophy for more insights on how you can unlock your inner strength, master your mind, and create the life you've always desired. This path towards self-mastery starts with you. Let's walk it together.